Welcome to Living United. Living United is brought to you from the United Way of the Brown County area. My name is Sandra Uni. I'm the executive director, and welcome to our production today. I have a really neat guest with me. I had an opportunity to visit with her in her own backyard about a couple weeks ago, and we had such a great chat. And I said, hey, what are you doing? And she came over to talk about some really great things that are happening. And this is Leah Pokrant, and she is with the American Red Cross. And so Leah, tell me a little bit about yourself. What brought you to the Red Cross?
Well, thank you so much, Sandra, for having me on today. So I've been with the Red Cross for almost 7 years. And what really brought me to the Red Cross was wanting to feel like I was making a difference in my community and the communities around me. And I've been in nonprofit for almost 20 years now, and it is so rewarding to know that you can help others and that you can make a difference right here in your own communities, in your own backyard, helping your friends, your neighbors, family members, things like that. And it is just such a rewarding experience and a rewarding career.
Now, you'd said right in your backyard. Okay,
Yes.
so United Way is your partner agency with us.
Yes.
And so we like to partner with agencies that have functions in Brown County area. And a lot of people think maybe the American Red Cross is no longer in Brown County because they don't have a business storefront here anymore. But that could be, no, that's not true, is it?
Absolutely not true.
Tell me about that.
Yes. So the American Red Cross serving Southwest Minnesota has one office, and it is in Mankato in the Vine Adult Community Center building. Now, the American Red Cross serving Southwest Minnesota is not just Blue Earth and Brown counties, it's 19 counties across southern Minnesota. And so we couldn't have offices in every location, so instead we have volunteers. We have those partners in mission that help us provide the services directly within their own communities, help represent the American Red Cross, right there within their own communities, their homes, their counties. And we could not do the work that we do without our partners. The American Red Cross our workforce is comprised of 90% volunteers. And so we may not have bricks and mortar in every community that we're in, but we certainly have people there, and we're doing our mission.
Yeah, I know you'd mentioned when we were chatting that you said, do you know these people? Yeah, I know who they are. Yeah, they volunteer for the American Red Cross. And so,
Absolutely.
So when you're thinking about maybe if you're watching this and you think, maybe I could get involved in the Red Cross somehow, what kinds of things specifically would we be able to do?
Absolutely. So I like to say when I talk to someone about volunteer opportunities with the Red Cross, you could do as little or as much as you want, and any variation in between. So the types of volunteers that we're looking for in the Brown County and surrounding areas are those individuals who would want to respond to a home fire or storm damage, or would it be able to help out at a blood drive, be a greeter, or help out in the canteen after somebody has given that generous gift of life. We want folks who are wanting to make a difference in their communities. Now, it could be in person. We also have some opportunities that are virtual. So if you think, oh, I can't get out, or I go and spend a couple months of the year in a little bit warmer climate, you could still be a volunteer with us in both locations. And so if you're at all interested in volunteering with the Red Cross, I would encourage you to go to redcross.org and click on volunteer. And there you will find all of the information about volunteer opportunities, as well as you'll be making the first step, which is signing up to become a volunteer and going through the application process. Then one of our volunteers or staff will reach out and we'll just talk with you and find out, what are you interested in? How much time do you have? What are the types of things that are meaningful to you? Because we want all of our volunteers to feel that this is a meaningful experience to them, and that it's as important to them as them volunteering and partnering with us in mission is as important to us.
That's great. Now, one of the things you mentioned resonated with me, and it was responding to a house fire. What does that look like? Like if I were to get a call,
Right.
how does that work?
Right. So when we get a call from whether it's a fire department, sheriff's department, police department, or sometimes it's a day later from someone else, we respond to the fire within 15 minutes to 2 hours. That's why it's important to have volunteers
Right
in
here.
all of our communities so that we can do that. And so we will meet the person if it's safe to do so. We'll usually meet them at their location where they're at. If they've gone to another place, depending upon what the weather is like and what time the fire is, then we will meet them there, and then we will talk to them about, do they have medications that they need? Do they have immediate needs to be met? Do they have a warm, safe place to stay? And we will be sure to help get them the supplies that they need and get them funds that they need on a debit card that we're able to load up within a half hour. We're able to connect them to appropriate resources. We have our disaster health nurses, volunteers that connect with their medical professionals to find out what medications do they need, to work with their eye care folks to find out, do they need glasses or contacts? Because of course we want them out of their home quickly, but they may have left those items behind. And then we take a look at what are the long-term plans that need to be put into place. We know that we can't be everything for everyone, just like United Way is convening all of these great partner agencies. We connect with partners, whether it be another agency or it be a county or city entity, and we find out what resources exist so that then as we're working with individuals who are impacted by a fire or disaster, that we're able to connect them with the appropriate resources. And before our volunteers close their case, if you will, we make sure that they have a plan in place for moving forward, and that we have connected them with the resources that we can.
And I can attest to this program because, oh my gosh, 25 years ago, we had a house fire.
Wow.
And it was in January, so, we're dashing out of the house and
Yeah.
with our kids and standing in the snow in bare feet. And they actually took us to the hospital for smoke inhalation, but there was a Red Cross person who came to the hospital to meet with us and figure out what they could do to help us. And it was invaluable. And I remember, when you kind of panic when you're standing there and you're holding your baby and you're going, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? And this person was calm. And it was just, okay, well, I can help you with that, or let's take care of that. And I'm just kind of going, okay, thank you, and it just grounded me, it centered me, and I felt like I had someone in my corner. And that was if you're gonna have a bad experience, it was a great experience.
That's so great to hear.
I know, right? It was a bad thing that happened, but the people that responded to that call for us
That's wonderful.
made a huge difference.
That's wonderful. We love to hear that was your experience, and that's what we train our volunteers to do, to go out and help someone when they may be experiencing the darkest moment of their life, to make sure that they know that they're not alone, that we're there to help. We're there to help provide comfort and hope and help them to figure out the next steps and go forward.
That's amazing. Now, I imagine there's training.
Absolutely.
So you don't get just a little button that says, hi, I'm a volunteer.
No.
and you just get set loose. I'm sure
No.
there's a system.
Absolutely. And even prior to COVID, we were offering online trainings. But of course, as lots of us figured out during COVID, we're excellent at doing online training. And so we offer a variety of trainings online. We offer some in person. We offer a hybrid, again, just depending upon which volunteer opportunity you want to do. Because we want to make sure if you want to be a disaster action team member or responder in case there's a fire or something like that, then you go through this course and these different trainings and classes. If you want to become a blood ambassador, or if you want to help those in the armed forces, then we go through the appropriate trainings. And that's not to say that you start out here, but you think, I'd like to try that and be that type of volunteer. And we can certainly do that. Back to what I said in the beginning, you can do as little or as much as you want with the Red Cross. We just want you to feel connected to what you're doing. And we're so thankful for everyone who helps provide our mission.
Yeah, now, and speaking of being connected, there's a great program that we're partnering with that's coming up very soon here.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. It's
Please.
called Sound the Alarm, and we're partnering up to get smoke alarms or smoke detectors installed into homes in the Brown County area.
Yes, absolutely.
And they're absolutely free.
100%. Yep, absolutely. So,
Wow.
yeah, so this program began back in 2014. And the Red Cross created it because we wanted to be able to reduce the number of deaths and injuries related to home fires. Out of all the responses that we do, home fire is still our #1 response. And home fires claim 7 lives every day in the United States. And so one of the ways that we can help save lives is to make sure that homes have working smoke alarms. And sometimes that may be something that families, it's not top of mind. Or in today's economy, it may be if you're deciding between something important for your family's everyday existence or a smoke alarm. We know that the smoke alarm is not going to be the first choice. And so this program, we're able to provide the free smoke alarms and install them in homes. And then we're also able to provide information about home fire safety. So, keep an eye when you fry, little sayings like that. But, making sure that you're safe when you're cooking, because kitchen fires are the #1 fires that we respond to as well. And so we want to make sure that folks have some of those safety skills or ideas on how to make their home safer. Make sure they we talk to them about having a fire extinguisher in their kitchen, making sure that they have an escape plan and that they practice that escape plan with their family members. So we leave behind with everyone a small whiteboard with magnetic that they can put on their fridge or wherever they like. And it's got a marker, and so they can draw out their escape route, and they can share that with their kids or other family members. And we encourage folks to come up with 2 escape routes, but certainly we want to make sure everyone has at least one.
That's neat. So are there certain requirements? How do you qualify for this?
You need a smoke alarm.
That's it.
That's all.
Are there any financial requirements?
Nope, we do not ask any of that information.
Amazing.
So with this program, there will be shared some info about how you can request a smoke alarm. So there's a phone number or there's a website you can go to. We just need your name and your contact info. Then one of our staff or volunteers will contact you, and then we'll set up a time to install the free smoke alarms and give you additional training. But because we're partnering with United Way of Brown County area on the Days of Caring, we actually have a date set that if this works for everyone, Saturday, October 28th, we will be here in New Ulm between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. installing the smoke alarms. Of course, if that date or time doesn't work for you, or you're in some other community in Brown County, please call that phone number, go to that website, request your smoke alarms, and we would be happy to come out and get those installed for you to make your homes safer for you and your families.
So I have another question for you. Do they have to be a homeowner, or can they be renting?
If you're a renter, we do need permission
Okay.
from the property owner.
Okay.
So apartment buildings, those are usually provided in apartments by the apartment building owner. Occasionally, we have had situations where they aren't provided, and so as long as we have permission to go into the property and install, then that would be
Then
okay.
it's a go. Then it's a go. That is
Then it's absolutely a go.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
And so we install one smoke alarm generally per floor if it's a multi-level home. Otherwise, we take a look at where the bedrooms are located to make sure that we have those smoke alarms outside of the bedrooms in the hallways. And to make sure that, depending upon the setup of the home, that it's in the most safe and important places.
That's amazing. Now, you were talking about volunteers earlier. What if, there might be someone out there who's retired and just has a gift of the handyman or the handywoman,
Yep.
and they would be interested in maybe doing this kind of volunteering, to volunteer to install them. Is that a possibility?
Absolutely. So when I mentioned our disaster action team volunteers, installing the free smoke alarms is also part of our disaster volunteer offerings. So absolutely, we're always looking for volunteers. Now, we don't play with electricity, so we don't do the hardwired ones. So ours are a smoke alarm with a 10-year battery, encased battery, so that you don't have to replace it. We still want you to check your smoke alarms, but you don't have to replace that battery if something were to happen to it. Just contact us and we'll get you a new smoke alarm and install it. But so absolutely it's something, and that's what we love about volunteers and with the Red Cross, because some may say, I used to like doing things with my hands and I want to do that. Or maybe there's a retired teacher out there who says, I'd love to get back in the classroom here and there. Well, we have our preparedness programs where they can go in and teach kindergarten to second graders about emergencies and being prepared. And so we certainly encourage anyone to come, and that's why we go through those screenings with you as well, so that we can help connect you with the thing that sounds most appealing to you and will help you utilize your talents and interests.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And again, when we were first talking, we finally got to meet in person and we
Yes.
were chatting. I couldn't believe all of the services that the American Red Cross offers. I mean, I knew there was a lot, but there's a lot. There's so many ways that you could jump in and volunteer.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about this partnership. This all came about, we were just chatting and said, hey, let's do this. And so it is happening on the Saturday of our Days of Caring. Our Days of Caring this year are October 26th, 27th, and 28th. And so Saturday the 28th, they'll be in the Brown County area installing these smoke alarms. And all you need to do is contact them either by phone at 612-460-3674 and leave your name and address. Or you can go to the online page at soundthealarm.org /MNDAKS. That's tricky. So soundthealarm.org /MNDAKS for a free smoke alarm
Absolutely.
for each
With
floor of your
installation.
home, with installation. How exciting.
We are so happy to be partnering with United Way of Brown County area too on this. And this is a program that we offer every year, but certainly so happy to be part of your Days of Caring this year.
Well, it's your mission to save lives. That's what these do. Smoke alarms save lives. I can attest to it.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
smoke alarm, it saved the lives, mostly of our children, because they were sleeping upstairs and we were in the front room. So that was huge. And so they just call that number, make an appointment, and they'll come out, evaluate how many you need, where they need to go, and they'll put them up. If the 28th of October does not work for you, you say, oh, I'm going to be out of town, or I have a birthday party or something, call anyway, and leave your information, and someone will contact you, and someone will make an appointment to come out and help you with this.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
We'll even come out and test your smoke alarms. Say, you say, well, I don't know how old they are. So we will come out and test them to make sure they're working. And if they're older than 5 years, we'll probably suggest replacing them, but certainly anything 10 years or older, we will replace.
Wow.
Again, if they're hardwired, we won't play with the electricity, but we'll install one of ours right next to the spot.
Right.
But again, yeah, we'll come out and test them and check to make sure, or we'll install new ones if you don't have any smoke alarms, anything to help make your home safer.
That is so exciting. And I'm excited to be partnering with you. It's going to be a great time. So again, Sound the Alarm is coming to the New Ulm area, the actually greater Brown County area, with our Days of Caring. And we really strongly encourage you to reach out. And you'll see the address and the phone number on the screen, and it'll help you contact us very soon. And if you do have any questions, or you can't get a hold of, if you don't have online or whatever, you can always call the United Way. Our office number is 507-354-6512, or you can go onto our Days of Caring website. Our link and that would be found at UnitedWayBrownCountyArea.org. All right. Well, thank you, Leah. This is great. And thank you for sharing all this information and sharing our partnership, because it's going to be a great time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And thank you.